Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who turned ego into an art form and narcissism into a business model. Here's a man who has mastered the delicate art of making self-absorption look like self-improvement. Picture, if you will, a Greek statue that's learned to take selfies. Our modern Narcissus doesn't merely gaze into pools of water. He's upgraded to stadium-sized LED screens. Each replay a chance to admire that perfectly timed leap, that immaculately gelled hair remaining unmussed even in the midst of a bicycle kick. He's transformed a beautiful game into something of a one-man show where even gravity seems to seek his autograph. The SIU celebration. It's less a celebration and more a moment where 50,000 people join in praising the very concept of Ronaldo-ness. He's earned every bit of this absurd self-belief. Like a method actor who's become so good at playing God that the universe starts to take notes, his arrogance is backed by such astronomical talent that it loops back around to being almost humble. Almost. In him, we see the perfect marriage of ancient Greek hubris and modern personal branding. He's not just scoring goals. He's creating a meta-commentary on the nature of excellence itself. Every upflexing celebration is a performance art piece asking, is it really arrogance if you can actually walk on water? He's the sporting world's answer to Oscar Wilde, if Wilde had a six-pack and could leap like a salmon in designer cleats. Think of him as a masterclass in the commodification of confidence, a man who turns self-admiration into such a fine art that the Louvre should consider displaying his abs next to the Mona Lisa. Though one suspects he'd question why they aren't given prime placement. The evolution of his brand is a delicious commentary on modern celebrity. From the winking boy with too many stepovers at Sporting CP, to Manchester United's Peacock Prince, to Real Madrid's statistical demigod, to his current role as soccer's highest-paid missionary in Saudi Arabia. At each stage, the ego didn't just survive, it thrived, like a designer-suited lion that could survive a nuclear holocaust while still maintaining perfect hair. Consider the perfect theatrical arc. The boy who supposedly would fast to build muscle mass became the man with a personal chef who probably has to calculate the exact aesthetic angle of each vegetable on his plate. The ultimate rags-to-riches story, except most rags-to-riches protagonists don't end up with a museum dedicated to themselves. His goals celebrations have evolved into a form of performance art that makes Shakespeare look understated. The SIU isn't just a celebration. It's a brand statement, a war cry, a mating call, and a religious experience all rolled into one perfectly choreographed moment. It's as if he's not just scoring goals, but conducting an orchestra of his own greatness. He's created a self-fulfilling prophecy of excellence. By believing himself to be superhuman with such unwavering conviction, he's pushed himself to achieve things that actually border on the superhuman. It's method acting taken to such an extreme that the act has become reality. The man has turned me, myself, and I into a holy trinity. In a world of Instagram filters, he's somehow managed to make actual reality look photoshopped. His social media isn't a window into his life. It's a carefully curated museum where every post is another wing in the gallery of greatness. He's not just playing football. He's staging an ongoing one-man show where the football is merely a prop in the greater performance art piece titled The Passion of the Cristiano. Every match is just another chapter in his personal epic poem, every goal a verse in his autobiography written in real time. Ronaldo, a 5-act drama of self-belief and strategic divinity. Act 1. The Making of a Demigod, in which our protagonist discovers that confidence can be alchemized into gold, and narcissism, when properly bottled and branded, becomes a virtue. Young Cristiano learns that a mirror isn't just a reflecting surface, it's a business plan waiting to happen. Act 2. The Manchester Metamorphosis, where our hero transforms from a lanky kid with too many stepovers into a prototype of the perfectly engineered footballer. Sir Alex Ferguson plays Dr. Frankenstein to Ronaldo's creature, though in this version, the creation quickly begins pricing himself for a sequel. Act 3. The Real Madrid Apotheosis, in which narcissism achieves its final form, a perfect fusion of sporting excellence and self-marketing so complete that even the gods of capitalism sit up and take notes. Here, our protagonist doesn't just break records, he turns them into NFTs of his own greatness. Act 4. The Brand Eternal. A masterclass in turning every aspect of existence into a marketable moment. His abs aren't just muscles, they're a mission statement. His haircuts aren't styles, they're quarterly earnings reports. His celebrations aren't expressions of joy, they're trademark applications in motion. His Instagram isn't a social media account, it's a real-time autobiography written in sponsor content. Act V. The Saudi Situation. Where our hero proves that even gravity is negotiable if your self-belief comes with enough zeros attached. He hasn't accepted the sunset of his career. He's merely chosen to become the sun in a smaller solar system. The method behind the madness. Consider the brilliant calculus. Turn absolute self-absorption into a philosophical position. Make arrogance so extreme it loops back around to being admirable. Transform every criticism into proof of your exceptionalism. Convert every natural law, aging, gravity, humility, into a personal challenge. He's not just a footballer, he's a one-man demonstration of how far pure will and an excellent PR team can bend reality. In a world where authenticity is currency, he's somehow made absolute artifice feel authentic. The perfect performance. How he's eliminated the gap between the performance and the performer. Is he playing a role, or has the role been playing him for so long that the distinction has become meaningless? He's Stanislavski's method acting taken to its logical extreme. He didn't just become the character, he trademarked it. In creating this perfect synthesis of athlete and brand, he's achieved something genuinely unique, a kind of sincerity through absolute calculation. Every pose photo, every carefully curated moment, every spontaneous display of emotion has been choreographed with such precision that the artifice itself becomes a form of truth. This isn't just personal branding, it's existential marketing. He's not selling products, he's selling the concept of Ronaldo-ness itself. And perhaps the most brilliant part, he's his own best customer. Every time we think he's gone too far, with the statues, the celebrations, the museum dedicated to himself, he scores another perfectly timed hat-trick, as if to suggest that maybe we're the deluded ones for doubting the gospel of CR7. In the theater of ego, even gravity bows to style.